All right, everyone, we're going to talk about the fifth and final way of proving two triangles are congruent. This is going to involve a right triangle. So first, let's talk about the different parts of this right triangle. First thing is you have, what I always start off with is across from your 90-degree angle is always going to be the longest side, your C, which is going to be your hypotenuse. And remember to pause if I'm going too fast so you can write everything out. Other than the hypotenuse, the other two sides that create the 90-degree angle are called your legs. So just like your isosceles triangle, we talked about that the two congruent sides are called your legs. Here we have the two legs that create the 90-degree angles. This is A and B in your Pythagorean theorem formula. So now that we know the hypotenuse and the legs, which we should already know, we're going to talk about the congruence HL. This is hypotenuse leg. All this is going to state is if you have a hypotenuse and a leg of one triangle that is congruent to a hypotenuse and leg of the second right triangle, bam, you've got congruency. Okay? So the first thing we're noticing in this example here is we've had this 90-degree angle. So when you look for that 90-degree angle, you want to make sure, okay, is the side across from that 90-degree angle marked congruent? Yes. So we have our hypotenuse. And then all you're looking for after that is one of the two legs being congruent. And here we have this leg right here that's being congruent. So that's our L. So we have hypotenuse leg. This one's easy because you just look for the right triangle, and then just make sure that the side across the right triangle, your hypotenuse, is congruent, and one of the two legs is congruent, marked with the same number of congruency marks. So this states, we'll write in some congruency statements. If our hypotenuse here, segment BC, is congruent to segment EF, and we notice that the leg here, segment AB, is congruent to segment DE, then we can officially state that these two triangles are congruent. So we'll say then triangle, we'll call this triangle ABC, is congruent to triangle DEF. Simple enough with your hypotenuse leg, okay? And down here again, saying exactly what I just said, your hypotenuse is opposite side of the right angle, and then your leg is going to be adjacent next to. We need to make sure that we're getting used to those words, our vocabulary. Your leg is going to be adjacent to the right angle. So the examples we have down here, we're going to take a look and see, are they going to be congruent through hypotenuse leg? So here we want to say, are they congruent through hypotenuse leg? We're focusing on that, all right? So let's look at number one, and I see here that I have a 90-degree angle on both of them, so I do have right triangles. So again, we'll take a look at going across that 90-degree angle. Do I have my hypotenuse marked on both of them? And I do. So here I have my hypotenuse, and then I need to look at one of my two legs that are adjacent or next to that 90-degree angle, and look at that, I do have a leg on both of them. So I do have HL, so we can just say yes. The next one I want to take a look at. We do not have a 90-degree angle. We cannot assume that this angle right here is 90 degrees. Plus, look over here. Okay? These are not right angles. So because of this right here, doesn't matter that I've got two sides. Okay? The matter is, we are asking, are they congruent through hypotenuse leg? And the answer is no. And the reason why is because it's not a right triangle. But I do want you guys to notice, but we do have a side angle, side congruency here. But over here, we have RASS. So that no way of proving congruency. Okay, if this is your first time watching my videos, I'm not going to say the word, what it spells out, but we generally say SSA. So we'll actually erase that but, sorry. So even if let's say that this side right here was marked congruent, we would have SAS, but again, this is SAS, this is SSA. These are not congruent at all, okay? And we could put down here, not congruent at all. The last one we look at, I see 90 degrees, so I'm going to start off with hypotenuse leg, and I'm going to check out, say, okay, do I even have hypotenuse leg? All right, we got to look at our hypotenuse. That's the first thing, going across that 90-degree angle, and I see here that we do have the hypotenuse on both of them. If it's marked on one and not on the other, you don't have HL. It has to be marked on both of them with the exact same number of tick marks. And then our two legs right here forming the 90-degree angle. I see that I've got one tick mark there, two legs here. I have one tick mark there. Remember, they have to match, okay? And because both of these legs have one tick mark and both of the hypoteni, plural for hypotenuse, have two tick marks, if this hypotenuse had one or two tick marks and this one only had one, we wouldn't be able to call it. If this leg had one and this leg had two, we wouldn't be able to call it HL or congruent. They have to have matching markings. But because these do match, we can say yes. The end on hypotenuse leg, that's all it is. Hypotenuse leg is like side, side, side. They're my favorites. In my opinion, they're the easiest to recognize. So hopefully this helped out with HL. When to recognize if you do not have a 90-degree angle, you do not have HL. Look for something else or check to see if they're even congruent at all.